Namaste, gods, goddesses, and emissaries of light. This is Dr. Shriya Tajen, also known as Empress 1111. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Please hit the like, subscribe, and do not forget to hit the notification bell so you can be updated on my latest and current readings. All right, this message is for the divine feminines. This is my third video today. I'm on a row. After this is going to have to be my last video. I really do have things I have to do. But I am officially glowing up on YouTube, okay? And I am getting subscribers every single day. And I have gotten my first hate comment today. That's what I would call it. It was not coming from a good vibrational place. It was very low vibrational. And so, yeah, I feel like special now, right? When you have haters, that's when you know that you're doing something good. So, clearing that energy out, let's talk about the woman of the hour. Okay, that would be the divine feminine. You are truly shining. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Girl, you are headed for the stars. You are the star, okay? And right now, you are on top of the world. You're sitting on top of the world. You have amassed so much spiritual wealth. You have a spiritual royalty in your DNA, and it is fully in motion. You are in the center of your universe right now. You are in command. If you ever watched a childhood cartoon called He-Man, your ass is the master of your universe right now. And with this star card crowning the reading, you also have other cards that are in the mix. This is dealing with your current energy as I tapped in. We have the 7 of coins, the Page of Cups, the 6 of coins, the King of Wands, the 10 of coins, and the Queen of Swords. Now, it does not surprise me that you and your boo are all up in your thoughts and your feelings about this union and one another. So with the star card, it says, I am searching for light in the quiet moments of my soul. I'm quiet and patient to allow the awareness to come through the shadows. I can take this wisdom and create beauty in the world. I am open and willing to show the true me to others as I bring forth my gifts from the moments of my awakening. Okay, now, here's the situation. Excuse me, I had to clear my throat. Not only is the divine masculine awakening, but the divine feminine is still awakening too. We are all awakening. We are all on our spiritual journeys and our paths. And in her awakening, she is also noticing she has shadow work that she still needs to do. And she is doing it. And in her quiet moments, in her isolation, in her hermit mode, she is getting and gaining the wisdom of the world. And she sees the beauty in the world. And she is open and more willing to be true to thyself. Okay? First, she wasn't true to herself. She was pouring out her emotions and she was pining away for the divine masculine, trying to get him to recognize her love cup that she was offering him. And now she is not in that mode of anticipation anymore, waiting for the shoe to drop, waiting for something to happen. She is making shit happen for herself, whether that be in personal, professional, or in a romance department. And it doesn't necessarily mean that she's bringing on someone else. It just means that she's loving on herself. She's doting on herself. How about that? And we have next the 7 of coins. With the 7 of coins, the energy that I pour from this would be Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Okay, so you're dealing with the earth sign, and if it's in your chart, fine. If it doesn't resonate, that's fine too. This is a general reading. I don't force it. And I do want to let you guys know, don't try to force a reading. And every upload that I upload is not a reading for you. Okay, if you want to chime in, you want to listen in, then fine, educate yourself on what's going on as a collective with the divine masculines and the divine feminines. But not every single reading is for you. And for those of you that are new in your journey, I do want to let you know, because some readers have gotten so much flack from people saying, well, this didn't resonate at all. Okay, because you weren't supposed to chime in on this. This is not your reading. Every reading that I do is not going to be your reading. So for those of you that this does resonate with, very good. Okay. But this is an earth card. This is like connected to the Seven of Pentacles. And so at this very moment, the divine feminine is in self-reflection. And she's embracing all of the things that she's accomplished along the way, what she's manifested, and she is in the process of manifesting her future. She's feeding her body, her mind, and soul, and she's preparing for the next step. With this, the card says, I have come to a moment in time when I can stop and self-reflect. I see what I have accomplished and embrace the gifts given me. I look ahead and see what I would like to manifest in my future. I honor my body and feed my soul, taking the appropriate steps to be fulfilled. When the time comes, I will be prepared to take steps needed to complete my goal. Now, I feel like for some of you, including myself, you are in preparation mode to prepare the womb. And it's not necessarily for all of you for pregnancy. The womb is that's the woman's creative force. That is where your life and vitality is. The man, solar plexus. The woman, the root chakra. Okay? And let me go metaphysically deeper into this. Most of our wounds as women are deeply rooted in our root chakra. And when it's off balance, we start having reproductive issues. Not necessarily an all right attack on our infertility. Okay. Some of us are still producing children. I have 7, but it doesn't mean that my womb does not need to be healed. So at this moment, the divine feminine is taking in plant-based foods, high vibrational foods that have high intelligence, that is built and have the intelligence of the God essence that is within. And so with these information and codes that are coming into the body, she is transforming her physical body and her spiritual body all at the same time through food alchemy and spiritual alchemy too, because the two go hand in hand. You can't have one without the other. But she is now at this place where she realizes that her body is her temple, and what she puts inside her body is what comes out of the body. You are truly what you eat. And so with that being said, this is the reason why for a lot of divine feminines, they have abstained from sex too, because they don't want the attachments. They don't want the negative energy. They don't want to have to do the clearing. There's so much involved. There's soul ties, soul connections, everything. Okay. Implants you can get. And so she's at this place where she already is in her awareness of these things. And so with the 7 of coins, she's just evaluating all that she's accumulated and how far she has come. And she is still giving herself in this moment time to heal all wounds, whether it be spiritual, whether it be in connection with the twin flame union with her divine masculine, or whether it may be childhood issues or things that need to be healed from the past, or even if it's past lives. She is going into this mode of transformation and healing. Okay. With the Page of Cups, you have, and this is fire. It deals with emotions. It deals with our creativity. And it also deals with having empathy for another. She is realizing her emotions is a gift. Her connection to the divine masculine and to be able to feel what he feels on a deeper level, instead of her looking at this as a nightmare or for something to ricochet back and to be a boomerang effect on her, she no longer looks at it as such. She looks at it as the true gift that it is, because through this, she is understanding the alchemy of his soul. She is understanding his autonomy. And with recognizing that, it is helping her to learn to mind his moods, to learn when to speak to him, to learn when he needs space, to learn when he needs healing, and also to learn by certain gestures and certain words and speech when he needs to be loved. And so she is now gaining much clarity to be the Empress, where she has her heart and her mind bridged together as one, heaven and earth. That's what that is. Okay. And now she's standing in the center. And she's able to filter even the things that she needs to say before she says them. She thinks before she speaks now. And in time past, she didn't. She spoke out of emotion. She spoke out of hurt. She spoke out of abuse. She spoke out of this place of victimhood. She is no longer that damsel in distress. Now she is standing in her true power and being the Empress that she is. And she's able to cater to not only her emotions, but even his emotions in the process. This card says, I am gifted to be connected to my emotions. I allow them to move through me like water running through a pipe. I no longer resist or hold on to them. I just love them and allow them to pass through me like a moment in time. So instead of fighting these emotions, oh, I don't want to love the divine masculine. We're not together. You know, this is pointless. This is in vain. Why do I love him so much? I just want to just not love him. I want to turn these emotions off. She's allowing it to overflow, to ooze out of her veins, and to just be enveloped in this warm embrace of this most dignified and sacred union that is eternal. She is now allowing for her eternal torch and flame to burn, just like the divine masculine. I'm tapping into that energy too. He is right at that place where he is no longer fighting up against those emotions. When she calls, he now answers her phone calls because he realized to reject her is to reject a portion of himself. And so the two are truly bridging and merging and becoming one. They are integrating their souls. They are learning each other, not only on a physical plane, but spiritually. They are connected in the higher realms of existence, and they are contacting each other. As you know, they use telepathy, and they have been calling on each other's higher selves for guidance on how to move and to operate in this physical realm of existence with one another in the awakened state. So the divine feminine emotions are being balanced and being aligned right now. Now you have the 6 of coins, which represents Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. Okay. Man, there's a lot of Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus energy up in this chart. You are up in this piece like you own it. Anyhow, right now, she is learning that unconditional love is not always about giving, but it's also unconditional receiving. And in this moment, she is now opening up herself to even accept love from her divine masculine in any form that he gives it. She no longer look at what he does as him giving her breadcrumbs, because divine feminines, even in this little bitty penny pinching crumb dropping off of these loaves of bread that the divine masculine is offering you, that is more than what he has ever offered you in time past. So we do not want to have this attitude of being ungrateful. We want to have this attitude of being appreciative of even the little that he is doing now, because even in a little that he's doing, that's a hell of a lot more than what he has been doing in time past. And he is to be commended for the work that he's doing, because you don't even know how much it takes out of him to act in such a way, because this is a new way of him operating and acting in his new light body, in his new form of his being. This is the new divine masculine template that we're dealing with here. This is not the old divine masculine. And just like I told the divine masculine on their video too, you cannot treat this like you treated this situation in time past. This is a spiritual movement. This is divine feminines. Do not give yourself credit for why your divine masculine has finally awakened. You had a part in it, but whole in part, it is because of his determination to do the work. We cannot do the work for them. All we can do is plant seeds, and do not underestimate the power of a seed. And that is what had happened. You planted the seed, it germinated, and now it's taking sprout. But he is the one that is now watering it and allowing it to grow on his own self-discovery of self, and him coming into occult knowledge, and metaphysical practices to be able to fine-tune spirit with matter. Okay? Now you have the King of Wands. And in the King of Wands, this represents Aries. This also represents Leo and Sagittarius. This energy is helping the divine feminine to clear out old energy that no longer serves her, to remove what doesn't serve her in her vibratory frequency that dulls her shine. She is being prepared and she's being guided through a higher power. She knows that this higher power is what has fueled her and that has given her her aspirations in her heart to manifest her spiritual dreams. And everything that she has ever desired is now taking form and shape into reality. You have the King of Wands here. I am the master of using my creative energy to create a clear sense of purpose for my life. My vibration clearly shines the way for others to support me in achieving my vision. I know I have a higher power that supports and guides me. I show the way to others to follow their heart and manifest their spiritual dreams too. So, again, what the divine feminine is doing for herself, she's also doing for the rest of us, okay, collectively. As the divine feminine individually raises their consciousness and their awareness and they do their inner work, it helps to anchor the template in place for the rest of us to go within and work from our shadow side, transmuting the dark and transforming it into the light so we can be able to do the same. And so if you look at the Olympics, they hold a torch. They're holding a torch not only for themselves, but also for those that are coming after them. They are forerunners. Excuse me. I have to clear this because this is not clearing out. They are... It's not clearing again. Here we go. They are forerunners. They are clearing the path for the rest of us. And so now the vortex of energy around the twin flame union and path is becoming stronger. We are growing and we're expanding both individually and collectively because of what we all decide to do on our own spiritual paths and journey. You have the 10 of coins. The 10 of coins represents Taurus. It represents Virgo. No, it represents not Taurus and Virgo. It represents Taurus. It represents Virgo, yes. Why am I second guessing myself with this? And Capricorn, because these are earth energies. I know this. And so with that being said, it represents the feminine aspect, okay? This is the feminine aspect of everything. This is earth energy, which we know that this is the energy that is connected to the feminine, just like air and fire is connected to the masculine, okay? And with this energy, she's able to give up everything that held her back, everything that she thought that defined who she really was, but really it dampened her shine. She was not able to shine bright like the diamond that she is shining at this now moment in all directions in time and space. Now she is very clear because with spiritual direction and guidance, she is gaining knowledge from the spiritual realm on how to manifest from the spiritual into the physical. I am ready. I give all that I am to the world now. I see the beauty of passing on. I see the beauty of passing on what I know to those I love and I trust, that it will touch the lives of many. I am honored to be the carrier of a new tradition. My work will change the world. You absolutely damn straight. Not only divine feminines will you change the world in this time of incarnation, but 7 generations to come. What you are doing, you're breaking up generational curses. You are clearing out ancestral bloodlines and vows and commitments that no longer serve you, and spells that were put on generation after generation to carry out a spiritual debt that you don't fucking owe. Okay? Our great grandparents and our grandparents were twin flames, and they didn't know a thing about what a twin flame union was or is. Some of them decided to stay together, and some of them decided to part along the way. And that ancestral curse went on to the next generation, which was your parents. And then your parents, they had no freaking clue of what was bestowed upon them. And so they too operated in their ignorance, and they passed it down onto you. Now you are now breaking those baneful spells, and you are sending it back into the depths of hell in which they've come from, which is dense darkness. Okay. Not a literal place, but just the unsubconscious mind of not knowing and not directing from a place of knowingness. You're sending that back. Return to fucking sender, okay? And at this moment, you are now being amplified in your aura. You are being amplified not only in your aura, but you're being amplified in your spiritual ranking. And with your spiritual ranking, you are now accessing, you are having goddesses show up, knocking on your door. You can't have a goddess show up unless you are a goddess. You have to be on the goddess frequency. You are now on that frequency where not only are you getting help from the elements, not only are you getting help from the mother, which is the earth, but you are getting help from even those that have descended that are ascending to help you. You have a soul contract with these deities. And this is the reason why, for some of you that don't know me, should know why I work with deities. First of all, I didn't have to go, invoke a deity. They chose me. They entered my dream state. They came amongst me. They chose me because they told me we had a contract, and they were honoring the contract to help me with my ascension process. They are here to help us. Okay. You can either accept the invitation or you can run away. But whatever you do, you're going to always be brought back to 0 point, which is the God frequency. You're always going to be brought back to center. You're always going to, if you steer off path, you're always going to have to come back to path. So the divine feminines, they recognize that this is not even for you. This is in general, and this is for the divine masculine specifically. You have to walk your spiritual path in which you incarnated to do. This is a promise. This is a covenant between you and God. You have to, and for some of you that are uncomfortable with the word God, I don't care. Things translate differently over time. What was something then is something different now. I don't get hooked up on human jargon and lingo because I work from the higher realms anyway. So none of that even exists up there. Okay. So anyhow, you are coming at this place to where you have found your hallelujah, and the divine masculine is now aligning with your hallelujah. You are now becoming one. And in this oneness, you guys are on the same frequency, because even ending your reading, this is the masculine energy. And this has to do with Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. Okay. These are all air signs. You are dealing with your thoughts. You're in your mind. You're in your headspace, just like the divine masculine. But for whatever reason, it's for good reason. Because now you're choosing to use your mind to find the meaning of these synchronicities in these angel messages that are amidst you. And you are looking at even the challenges that are in front of you, not as something to weaken your foundation, but it is actually strengthening and making your strong foundation even that much stronger, because it was just an illusion that you had a weak foundation with the divine masculine. It was from the beginning divine ordering. So it was strong. It was just, we let our humanness and our human tendencies get in the way of divine ordering. And then when that happens, we wreak havoc on our unions and even on ourselves. So at this moment, it says, I am using my mind to find meaning and messages in the midst of challenges and loss. I believe in the power to shift negative feelings to regain emotional well-being. I give myself time to be with my thoughts and feelings, and I explore my emotional reactions in order to find a better way to respond. So let me stop the reading. The divine feminine is finding spiritual equilibrium and emotional equilibrium when it comes to the way that she chooses to deal with the divine masculine. And in her illusion of thinking that this is a loss, the separation, quote unquote, is what she's referring to. It's not a loss. She has transmuted the negative feeling in emotion, and now she has come into the state of well-being that this is her birthing moment. She is experiencing a rebirth, and she is ordering her thoughts and she's ordering her mind to not react, but to respond. And there's a difference. Back to the reading. I enjoy the gifts that come from using my mind to the fullest potential. All right. So with that being said, with her doing this, our benevolent creator are giving her gifts of mercy. And one of the gifts of mercies that the divine has bestowed upon her is, for some of you, you are now in communication with your twin. And for some of you, you have been out of communication, and that whole conversation and that whole relationship and dynamic had been put out of commission like a long time ago. Now, through these gifts of mercy that the Creator has bestowed upon you, divine feminines, do not take that for granted. Once you have a reconnection with the divine masculine, that is telling you that you are in a vibratory match and alignment for the reunion to happen. Anytime that you're out of communication means you're out of alignment. So it's never a good thing to not be in communication. Some people are so content, oh, we're not in communication. You know, I'm fine with that. He can do his thing. I can do my thing. And we can both live our lives, blah, blah, blah. That is buffoonery. That's phony baloney. Damn it. You are a spiritual being. If you are not in communication, you are not in alignment, and damn sure need to do something about it. You don't just let that ride. You are supposed to say, okay, source, we're not in communication. What is it that I need to do? What do I need to change in my frequency? What lesson do I need to learn in order for me to get back in this frequency in alignment so we can come into reunion? That is the ultimate goal. Whether you come into reunion to be friends, whether you come into reunion to be lovers, the choice is, or whether you come into the, union to be business partners, whatever the case is, you guys have a role, a life partnership role. Okay. That means a lifetime commitment somewhere in a role to play in each other's life for the rest of your lives now that you've connected. However, your contract is spelled out, written out, and whatever details or great lengths is depending on the contract that you wrote with Source. It is up to you as a spiritual leader, because you are a spiritual leader, all of you individually. You are your own spiritual guru. You have to tap into the spiritual realms, go within and check in with Source and find out what the hell that is. Plain and simple. If you're not in connection or communication or verbal communication with your twin, it is because you are out of alignment, and it is never okay to be out of alignment on this journey, because it will slow down your process and it will slow down your union. And even for some of you that are not even looking for union, it will slow down your ascension. Okay. Now, I'm at this point, I'm not going to let nobody slow down my spiritual work, because I have went hard on what I have done to get to where I am. And I'm talking about spiritual initiation in the spiritual realms upon spiritual initiations, dark nights of the souls, tower moments, whatever you want to coin it and label it. I've been there. I've done that. I've been down in the dark trenches of Hades and back with my divine masculine. I be damned if I'm not going to get the prize at the end of this, just because I'm allowing ego to get in the way. Ego is not your amigo. And it's not only the divine masculines that have had issues with ego. The divine feminines have had issues with egos too. Myself included. You don't know how many times I had to go back and apologize to my husband. And my husband's like, I'm tired of your apologies. You know what? As long as I'm trying and I ain't dying, then guess what? There's still hope. And I will apologize as many times as I have to because I'm imperfect. I'm perfectly imperfect. And I don't claim to be no other than what the hell I am. But I also work my damnness to give him changed behavior because that's the best apology. Okay. All right. I have come to the conclusion of your reading, Divine Feminines. This is a beautiful reading. This is so much insight. I even learned some things along the way, my damn self, as I was pulling from the ethers, your message. It is a good karma to like, share, comment, subscribe, or leave a love donation if you feel inclined to. You can also purchase a gift from my gift registry through Amazon, and it will appear on the channel. I now wrap you in my love, and I cloak you with the light of Christ consciousness. And so it is, everyone. Namaste. I love you guys immensely.